So I know that you were the recipient of this little grant given by this woman, I forget her name, Beyonce. Welcome to Come Back with Erica Cobb, a community of folks like yourselves who are getting ready and staying ready for their next chapter. Well, a lot of you, your next chapter may include home ownership. So I have this amazing guest today. I mean, I can't even start with all of her accolades without telling you that she is going to give you all the major keys. There's a major event happening this Thursday, but first, let's get to her because the girl is bad, okay? Forbes 30 Under 30 Class of 2017, 50 Founders to Watch by Essence Magazine, and recently she won a grant from Beyonce and has a feature on her website. She is the founder and CEO of HerAgenda, represented by her acronym of NESHA. No one ever slows her agenda, which was also the inspiration for her company, HerAgenda.com. Rhonesha Byng, welcome to Come Back with Erica Cobb.
Thank you, Erica. That was a beautiful introduction.
Your digital platform, HerAgenda.com, is bridging the gap between ambition and achievement for millennial women. How do you put that mission statement into action?
HerAgenda gives our audience access to content and community that they need to get started or get to the next level of their life and career. What was important when I built HerAgenda was to make sure that we did not just have inspiration, because we're not just going to give you the quote or the end story of how this woman is a boss and she's a boss because she's amazing. No, there were obstacles along the way. What were those obstacles? How did you overcome? And then more importantly, what are the resources that someone reading this needs right now in order to become the next whatever it is, next president, next entrepreneur, next scientist that has a breakthrough. And so we did that with HerAgenda by combining the inspiration from the content, the access to peer network and support through community, and then the resources that we have on the website, like a database of events and conferences and panels, so that you know the rooms that you need to be in and that you even know that those rooms exist. A lot of people talk about being in the room, but you can't be in the room if you don't know it exists. And all of that can be found on HerAgenda. And I'm so proud to say that we have been in existence for 13 years this year.
So speaking of your generosity, let's talk about what's coming up this Thursday, January 28th, because we know in December, HerAgenda created a series with Bank of America for its Property and Power series. So you're focusing on educating millennial women about home ownership. And now you're continuing the series on Thursday, January 28th with a guest panel of phenomenal people. So who should we expect to hear from and what should we expect to hear?
I'm so excited about this Thursday. It's culminating everything that we've been working towards. We started a partnership with Bank of America a couple months ago by putting out articles that inform the audience about myths that typically stop people from buying homes, like things around the down payment process and what you actually need for a down payment. It's not the myth of the 20%. There's different nuances and different ways to go about that, which you can read about on HerAgenda. But we also wanted to make sure we had some type of interactive elements that allowed our audience to get their questions answered directly from the experts. So I'm excited that will happen this Thursday. We have a workshop to start the event off. It starts at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you log in at 5, you will be educated on the real basics and nuances around what does it actually mean to buy a home? What's the vocabulary around it that I need to understand in order to assess what my situation is and where I am in the process if that is something that I want to do. We also assembled an amazing group, a panel that can speak directly to the experience from a expert side and also from a personal side. So we have Egypt Sherrod, who is a host on HGTV. She is the expert when it comes to real estate, especially first-time homeowners. So I'm excited that she will be with us. We also have Tanya Rackley, who is a personal finance expert. She also just bought her first home in Atlanta. So it'll be exciting to hear from her as an expert, but also her personal journey. And we have rounding it out, Ty Beauchamp, who is also a homeowner and can speak to that very specific experience of being a founder or being an entrepreneur and purchasing a property, and what does that entail and what process does she have to go through, and get some expert advice on exactly how do you get help when it comes to those closing costs and the down payment. And Bank of America has a specific program called the Community Home Ownership Commitment, which is what got me excited about partnering with them, because it provides $17,000 up to $17,500 for eligible home buyers to put towards the down payment and closing costs. So all of those things really speak to my personal journey, because I'm a founder and I'm at a stage in my life where I'm looking for ownership, home ownership through real estate. And my audience naturally goes through a lot of the stages in life that I'm going through, because we're millennials. We are going through this journey of life together. And at HerAgenda, we really look to speak to that. We look at, a lot of people might say, like, why would HerAgenda talk about home ownership? We look at success holistically. So it's not just about what you do when you sit at the computer or when you're at work, quote unquote at work, because who is at work? But it's also about your health. It is also about your home and how all of those aspects come together to create the life that you want, so that you can achieve the goals that you set for yourself. And most importantly, have the strength and the resilience to overcome the obstacles that will allow you to accomplish those goals.
Rhonesha, girl, you are just everything. You really are. You're incredibly special. Just how generous you are with your testimony, but also like finding a way to use your experiences to help others because you know where they're at. Just such a shining example of meeting the moment from where you are. And you're definitely doing that with the Property Empower series. So that is happening this Thursday, January 28th. Where can people tune in?
They can tune in by making sure that they RSVP. And you can RSVP by going to HerAgenda.com, clicking on events, and find January 28th, and you'll have all the information you need, and hope to see you there. It's happening virtually on Zoom, and you'll get the link once you register.
And where can people follow and find your work for HerAgenda?
Well, it would be phenomenal for people to sign up for our mailing list, which is at HerAgenda.com. That is the best way. But you can also follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/HerAgenda, Instagram.com/HerAgenda.
Well, you have all the keys, Rhonesha Byng, and I so appreciate you, sis. HerAgenda.com. You are doing just really great work, and God bless your journey, because this is something that's so needed in our community, and the fact that you are focusing on millennial women, Black millennial women. It's incredibly inspiring, and I really, really appreciate your time on Come Back with Erica Cobb.
Thank you, Erica. What you do is so important too. Telling people's stories and giving a platform to those stories is so important.
I appreciate you, sis. And I know our Comeback community appreciates you as well. Make sure you follow Rhonesha's journey on HerAgenda.com. There are so many resources. Please sign up for that mailing list, especially if you're someone who is looking for grants or resources for your continuation on your comeback. And I have exclusive content on my website as well on comeback.tv. So make sure you check out the full podcast with Rhonesha Byng. Thank you, sis.